Hey, what's happening, guys? Today we are making some low carb fudgy avocado brownies on the channel, and not only are these brownies super delicious, they're just really easy to make. All you have to do is toss all your ingredients into your food processor, process those up, and then boom, you are ready to make yourself some low carb brownies. So let's not waste any more time. Let's get into this one. Let's make some brownies. All right, so the first thing we're gonna do is preheat our oven to 350 degrees. Then we're gonna start prepping our avocados. And just so you guys know, these avocado brownies do not taste like avocado at all. You are not gonna be able to taste avocado. I think that's a big misconception with avocado brownies, but trust me, they're just gonna add creaminess and fudginess to your brownies. And you have my word, you will not taste any bit of avocado in your brownies. So for the recipe today, we're gonna be using 2 avocados, and what you wanna do is cut them in half and then remove the inside seed. Once you got the seed removed, you wanna take out a spoon and you can start scooping out some of that avocado goodness into your food processor. You wanna make sure you're using ripe avocados for this recipe, and you'll know your avocados are ripe like mine when you're squeezing them and they kinda just give in a little bit to a gentle squeeze. That's how you're gonna know they're ripe and ready to use for the recipe. So once we've added all of the avocado to our food processor, we're gonna get out our food scale and we're gonna add in 2 large eggs, as well as a half a cup of superfine almond flour. I highly recommend going with the Bob's Red Mill superfine almond flour. I think it's the best stuff you could possibly use. Anyways, the next thing we're gonna add to our food processor is gonna be a cup of Confectioners erythritol. I went with Swerve just because I think it's the best erythritol that you can possibly buy. And the reason why I used Confectioners was just because it dissolves way easier than the granulated stuff does. So once we've added all of our erythritol to the food processor, we're also gonna be adding a half a cup of unsweetened cocoa powder, half a teaspoon of baking soda, just a pinch of salt, and a teaspoon of vanilla extract. Now we're gonna set our food processor aside and we are gonna get together even more chocolate to add to these brownies. So what we're gonna do is we are gonna add a tablespoon of coconut oil to a small bowl, as well as a half a cup of no sugar added chocolate chips. But you'll wanna microwave that bowl for about 45 seconds to a minute, depending on the power of your microwave. When it's done in the microwave, you'll wanna get out a spatula and mix the coconut oil and the chocolate chips, or semi-melted chocolate chips at this point, together until a chocolate sauce starts to form. Once you got that chocolate sauce going on in the little bowl, you'll wanna take your food processor back out and add the chocolate sauce to the food processor. At this point, we've added all of our ingredients, so now we are ready to start mixing these ingredients together. So you wanna process everything for about a minute, and then what you wanna do is just scrape down the sides of your blender, just to make sure that anything that's stuck to the sides of the blender gets processed as well. Once you've done that, you can pop the top back onto your food processor and just process for another 30 seconds to a minute. At this point, you wanna transfer your brownie batter to a 9x9 baking tray lined with parchment paper. Then what you wanna do is take out a spatula and evenly spread the batter throughout the tray. And the batter is gonna be super thick, so this is totally gonna be a necessary step. But once everything is evenly spread out in the tray, you can bake it at 350 degrees for about 25 minutes, and then you'll wanna let the brownies cool completely in the tray itself. So while the brownies are cooling, what I like to do is actually make a chocolate drizzle for the tops of the brownies. This is totally optional, but what you wanna do is sort of similar to what we did before. You're gonna wanna add a teaspoon of coconut oil to a small bowl, along with a quarter cup this time of those no sugar added chocolate chips. Then once again, we're gonna microwave that bowl for about 30 to 45 seconds. When it's done microwaving, you wanna give it a quick mix, then you'll be all set to drizzle it on top of your brownies. I use a teaspoon to drizzle mine, but any small spoon should do the trick. When you've added all the chocolate sauce, you'll just want to let that solidify. Then you can cut your brownies into 9 squares, and you should end up with some absolutely delicious looking brownies like this. So that's it for today. I hope you enjoy the brownies. If you want the full written out recipe with the metric measurements and the macros, you can find all that stuff in the video description below, along with links to all the products that I used to make the brownies today. And of course, thanks for watching. Thanks for hanging out with me a little bit today, and I'll see you in the next recipe.